Hey everybody, Sheik360 here.
And Mr. A here.
So we just want to take a quick second to intro ourselves since this is like the very first video we've ever done. We're calling ourselves SaltyToilet, an offshoot of bigger things to come, hopefully. And first and foremost, I guess we just need to apologize. Like we don't have an Elgato. Our equipment kind of sucks, but as our channel grows and you guys grow with us, we will grow with you, and things will get better little by little. Hopefully, as long as this didn't suck. We're here talking about what everybody's talking about: the Titanfall 2. What tech test beta tech
It's
test?
technically a pre-alpha.
Oh, it's a pre. Okay, yeah. So we've been having fun playing this thing, right? It's from Respawn Entertainment. It's their latest, and finally, it's on PS4 too. Like that's pretty huge. Like I don't know about you, Mr. A, but one of the things that kind of kept me from getting one is the fact that I didn't even have an Xbox One, and it's nothing wrong with the Xbox One or anything like that, but the proposition was buying another console just to play like this exclusive game, and I've always had issues with the way a lot of these publishers handle the whole exclusivity thing, but that's, I guess, for like another day, right? We're talking about this game. So in this interview that I read, it could have been on IGN, I really don't remember. They were talking about with the Respawn devs. Respawn apparently is saying that Titanfall 1 and 2 completely uncanonical because 1 didn't really have like a traditional campaign. So to them, 2 is sort of like the 1. Did you hear about that, Mr. A?
Yeah, and as far as the storyline goes, we get a little glimpse of what's happening in the training. I guess the captain or whatever, it doesn't really state who he is. That guy, he says, we're prepping you for the war or something along those lines. So, it's just cool to see how this is gonna transform into a war. You get me, like with robots and stuff.
Right, because from what I've understood, I had to call Alex. Alex actually played 1, and he told me how everything played out in 1, how the frontier was sort of made very hardly accessible because they took down like all these fueling stations or something. So they made it to where like the bad guys could no longer go into deeper space. So it's really hard to see if, because that kind of made sense. Okay, you cut off like a better army's supply line, and that's it. That better army is not as better anymore, so to speak. So going forward, I think that it would have been great to sort of continue on that story, but I'm wondering if they're actually just gonna rewrite something just totally different. And seeing how I didn't even play 1, I'm really okay with that. Like it really doesn't make a difference to me. I remember during an interview before Titanfall 1, even like at the very beginning of the PS4 and Xbox One's console war, during an interview, the Respawn developers, they were shocked when they were asked, you know, why is your game an Xbox One exclusive? Because they themselves had no idea it was an exclusive. So to think that EA kind of just pulled that rug under them, that must have sucked for them. So I'm glad to see that they have a little more, I guess, creative mojo there. Like it's finally no longer going to be exclusive. Both consoles are going to get it, and that's really cool. So far, as far as differences between 1 and now Titanfall 2, it's really hard to point them out because I really did not play 1. Folks are saying that in the tech test beta or tech beta, whatever it's called, Titanfall 2 plays a little bit slower, and I couldn't believe when I read that because it feels like incredibly fast to me, like really really fast. I mean, you got your Halo and Destiny, which is pretty quick to begin with, and then you've got like Battlefield and games like that where they're a little slower. And to just jump into something like this, it's very frantic, and I think it's the maneuverability of your character. I think that extra layer of dimension, it makes the game go from a mostly horizontal type game to an incredibly vertical game as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also wanted to point out the servers. These guys are using Microsoft Azure servers. They're using Google Cloud, Amazon's, and all over the world. And I gotta tell you, man, like I match made with a bunch of people from all over the place, right? Because a lot of people, you see like these 3 numbers in their their screen names, and I would look the numbers up, and I'm like, okay, I'm in Colorado. This guy's in Florida. This other guy's in New York. This guy, I have no idea where he's at. Okay, that's a 420. So this guy enjoys weed. You know, like there's just like a whole bunch of guys that are like 2,000 and 3,000 miles away that I'm playing with, and I might have even played with people across the ocean, and I haven't noticed any lag at all. And me being a Destiny player, that's huge. Like, this is awesome. This does kind of play like Black Ops in a way where if you landed the first bullet on your enemy and it's like a straight one-on-one, there's a 90% chance that you're gonna kill them. You know, like that just kind of is what it is. If you catch somebody who's just even slightly unaware, that's your gunfight. You know, like the amount of gunplay here, I think matches Destiny's too, although it's not like Pokemon with guns in a way, but that element from like Black Ops, Call of Duty, it's there as well, where if you're gonna land the first couple of shots, that thing is yours. Like, that battle was yours completely. My thoughts, like my point of view, at the very least on the tech data, right? Because this isn't a review or anything like that, because this is pre-alpha. So the game is fun. I really think it's gonna be worth a buy. And I remember Alex was telling me that he struggled before he bought part 1 because he wasn't cool with buying a $60 game that was all multiplayer, no campaign. But what I remember him sort of realizing, okay, but I'm cool with buying a game that's 100% campaign and no multiplayer for $60. So why wouldn't I do it the other way around, right? So at the very least, that's something we don't even have to think about, because it's gonna come with its campaign. It's gonna come with its multiplayer too, and the multiplayer really shined in the tech test beta. It had to, because that's really all you're getting: training and multiplayer. That's really all you're getting, and it came with 3 modes. And halfway in, I think it was today or yesterday, last night, they made a quick update to one of the modes. I forgot what it was exactly. However, I find it fun. I mean, you can look at the gameplay. That's me playing, and I totally suck. Like, look at me with a grenade launcher. I have no idea if I'm supposed to directly hit the guy with it. Should I like hit his feet with that? I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm riding a Titan, and that's cool because nobody gets to ride Titans on the PS4, you know? So that was actually, I found that to be incredibly fun, and I'm looking forward to actually pre-ordering this game here in a couple of days. And I'm hoping that next week's beta test or pre-alpha test, next weekend's pre-alpha test, it's gonna come with some more changes, because the meta right now seems to be that auto rifle, man. Like, everybody's pimping that auto rifle. Even I am, and I can see why. You know, so if there's a meta right now, it's hard to call it a meta because it is pre-alpha. Oh man, that's me getting shot right there. So yeah, so the auto rifle is it. Like, I had a lot of fun with that. That auto rifle is ridiculous for what it is. It's pretty OP compared to everything else. The shotgun is also pretty good too, because the spread on there is completely horizontal. It's not vertical. And the pellets, I don't think the pellets actually spread out the way a traditional shotgun does. So even from far away, like, you know, in this game you get to slide forever. Like, you slide forever. It's very weird. It's not a very controlled slide, you know? But if you slide and you shotgun, like, you can just shoot and shoot and shoot, and finally your slide ends, and it's just really weird. I really liked the game. I think it's definitely going to be worth it, $60. And I'm hoping I find some kind of edition that comes with like a mech statue or something, because that'll actually be cool. I'll pay more for that too. What do you think, Mr. A? Like, did you honestly enjoy this game?
In my opinion, this game is great. Where some games tend to fail, like multiplayer games that only include multiplayer, no campaign, they fail to have, I guess, any backstory. Because in Call of Duty, for example, most if not all of the maps, they're featured in the campaign. And some games, they just flat out have, you know, some maps and it has no backstory. And most games tend to fail because of no campaign, such as Evolve. Evolve was fun, you know, for the first couple of games, but then it became pointless because you don't know why you're killing the monster, you don't know why you're there, and I believe some games just tend to fail just because of those questions. But in reference, you know, to this game is fun. It's very fun. Titanfall, I did never played the first one. Never. I would only assume that the multiplayer, you know, was kind of random because again there was no backstory. But now that we're having, you know, a campaign, I believe it's gonna make the gameplay a lot more fun. You're gonna be able to understand how things work and why things work. And I did not like that the guns that are available in the pre-alpha right now, they're too stable. If you're looking at the gameplay right now, if you actually look at it, you're gonna see that there is almost no recoil. The recoil depends on your right thumb as you use the R3 stick. It depends on, you know, how you shake and stuff like that. But it's super stable. And again, it is pre-alpha, so I'm not sure if these guns, you know, are just like end game guns. Like you have to rank up super high to get these guns. But yeah, that I think needs to be fixed because there are going to be tons and tons of nerfs that come with these guns if it's not fixed early on. Also, the types of guns are very interesting, like such as a sniper rifle. When you shoot it, it kind of sounds like a 3-round burst, but I believe it only shoots 1. Also, the sniper is super stable. It's really easy to pick people off with it. And another fun thing, I'm not sure if this was an addition or not, but that grappling hook is a game changer. Because with the grappling hook, you can climb up walls, go on top of buildings, and I believe that that makes gameplay much more efficient. And also, it's really cool how you can grapple on top of a Titan and just ride him and you know, have your gun out and help him. But it's kind of useless because it's extremely shaky when you're on top of him. It's really hard to shoot at anything. Also, I did not like the fire character, or the fire titan. I'm not sure what his name was. I kind of forgot.
Scorch. I think his name was Scorch.
Yeah, his name might have been Scorch, but I preferred Ion over Scorch because Scorch is more of a area of effect character, and you know, you have to have a strategy to play with an area of effect character. But with, I believe his name is Ion. With Ion, you're able to, you know, just use brute force and shoot at stuff. And yeah, and the 3 anti-Titan, I believe there were 3. Yeah, 3 anti-Titan weapons were amazing. Right now, you were looking at that is a magnetic grenade launcher. It does work, but I believe the best one is it's kind of like a laser rifle. And the laser rifle does damage, especially when it's paired with the super ability. There's various abilities, and there's one that amps up your damage. And if you combo that with that laser rifle, it's extremely powerful. You can take out a bar of the Titan's health, and I think there are five or 6 shots in the Titan, and it will go to danger mode. And danger mode basically it means that it's on fire, like it's about to blow up. And if you're in the Titan while it's on danger mode, it's gonna notify you to rapidly tap on the square button so you can eject from there, because that's gonna blow up. And what's cool is that right after you eject, that whole Titan just blows up. And the Titan maneuvers are amazing. One thing I didn't like though, you have kind of limited mobility. You're not allowed to jump or fly or something like that. Although that might be a little overpowered, you know, if it is ever going to come into the game. I think that it would be awesome just to see that. But some things I did like about the Titan was the animations. Like you can have robot fights one-on-one and just punch each other. And there's an awesome animation at the end when you punch them out. It does sort of like a finishing move where you stick your rifle inside like the stomach of the Titan and just blow up the Titan. And it's just awesome. This game is very energetic. It's very energetic. I love this game. I cannot wait for it to come out.
So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. With pretty much everything you said, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one that's very enthusiastic about this game. However, like, not to beat a dead horse or anything, I kind of liked Scorch's play because with the triangle button, you were able to throw down these little cylinders that kind of shot out this green gas or green smoke, and you lay 2 of those down and then just hit your R1 to put down like a fire move. Like, that green gas is flammable. Like, this Titan is as big as he is, he can actually deny area and everything. Like, I really think Scorch could end up being the meta, so to speak, or at least more used than Ion. But it's hard for me to say. I honestly haven't even used Ion 1 second, but I do prefer Scorch. Like, I used him first and I fell in love with his abilities right away. But I mean, future expectations for this game, I have no idea what the developers' expectations are. I don't know if we can expect DLC, paid, free, etc., etc. But the fact that they're doing everything right, they have servers set up, that takes care of lag. That takes care of God mode red bar players that are teleporting everywhere and you can't damage them no matter how hard you try. So they're doing that right. There's going to be a campaign. Even if it's a long or short campaign, there's gonna be a campaign, right? Like, this is a game that will probably not eat Bungie or Destiny's lunch, from what I'm seeing. Character customization, you can't feel powerful as a pilot in PvP, or like, you really don't feel powerful as a pilot because I think I kind of felt a bit disconnected, like as if I can't truly make the pilot mine. But then again, this is still pre-alpha and things could most definitely change. Up until now, the only problems I had a couple random disconnects, maybe 3 or 4 of them, and there was a couple times when I'd start a match, and I have this, like, the Australian NPC, he's like getting me hyped up before the match starts, and I look left and right, I'm like the only guy in the ship. I'm like, oh wow, okay, so it's me versus 4, but the lobby fills up quick. Like, before I know it, like, I have somebody in my team that already has his Titan up, So sometimes it starts a little one-sided, but it fills up very quickly. And again, let's not judge it because of that, because this is still pre-alpha. With that being said, we're definitely giving this 2 salt shakers up, right? Like, this is a really dope. We can't wait to continue covering this game next weekend when the next tech test alpha, pre-alpha thing comes out, whatever they're calling it. But hopefully they make a couple changes to the weapons because, as Mr. A mentioned, these feel like they should be endgame weapons. And hopefully they don't get nerfed. Hopefully they just make other weapons better. Because I hate it when they nerf stuff. But who knows, whatever. This is uncharted territory for us PS4 players. We never got Titanfall. And this is uncharted territory for Respawn. They never gave PS4 players Titanfall. And they never had a full-blown campaign. They never had a PvP experience of this magnitude. Or at least what they want to give us. So, again, I'm expecting this game, AAA, do very well financially, and also from a fan's point of perspective. We know people are going to pick this up, and people are going to love it for sure, without a doubt. Is it going to be a complete game changer? As of now, I'm kind of thinking yes, just because of what they're doing with their network, how you can set up your own personal network. Mr. Fruit actually set up a personal Titanfall network, and people were actually jumping in on there and everything. So it's kind of cool. Like, you can play with friends, you can play with a very familiar large group of people, or you can just play with perfect strangers. It doesn't even matter. the fact that they're putting in skill-based matchmaking, I can see why they want to do it, and hopefully it's not too aggressive, because if every match is going to take like 10 minutes and the whole thing is going to be like super stressful, just nothing but anxiety, at that point that's not fun. So I'm hoping they do learn from Bungie's mistake, you know. So going forward, we are going to leave you guys with a please, if you like the video, thumbs up. Learn anything new, thumbs up. If you have any constructive criticism, seeing how this is a new channel and whatnot, leave it in the comments. Anything else you want to add, because we will actively go comb through our comments and reply to any comments that we get. A lot of channels don't do that, and that kind of sucks. We want to be able to connect with you guys, and hope you guys connect with us too. So also we have a Twitter at SaltyToilet, one word. If you have anything, like if you've heard anything in the industry, anything that's going to change with this game, or you just want to drop in and say hi, by all means follow us on Twitter. That'll be pretty cool too. But yeah, until the next time guys, take care, and hopefully we see you guys soon.